Say,
That's not one of those ones.
are you crazy?
It's not.
In the
They
summertime.
play that song at the club. I go sit down. That's
You
not one of those
nah,
ones.
you crazy.
It's not.
You
Nobody
don't
wants
think
to hear
Say
that anymore.
Ah is one of those ones?
Unless you like drunk.
That's what I'm
It's not.
saying.
I don't
I
want
don't
to
drink.
hear. I want to hear that.
I don't drink.
It's not. It's not.
You
a
have to
song
be in a perfect
that
setting.
I don't feel like that's one of those ones that age well. Like I would
What?
just love to hear that. I don't have to ever hear that song
What?
again in my life.
If you are at a pool party and Say Ah comes on,
I'm going to sit down.
you gotta be kidding right now.
I'm going to sit down.
I'm not believing that. I'm not believing that.
I'm going to sit down. I'm not
Really?
turning up to that.
Why not? What's wrong with that? I make them say ah just like it's your birthday. I spelled my name wrong in their post. I just realized that. You gonna sit down for real?
Yeah,
I can't,
absolutely.
No, I'm not gonna buy that. Everybody knows that they're turning up. Ladies especially. Y'all are gonna turn up.
I'm not.
And say ah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take it a step further and say this. When Say Ah comes on, it's shot o'clock. I'm telling you right now.
That's not the shot o'clock song.
It
That
depends
song
on the
is not
setting.
coming on, and the girls are like, "Oh, let's go take a shot."
I don't believe
I'm not doing it.
First of all,
That's not-
you're talking about something you don't know because you're not outside anymore.
You're not outside anymore.
I'm outside. Say ah, I'm there. They know
Say
me
I
in
comes
there.
on, I'm going to sit down. I'm going
Nah.
to rest my feet during that song for sure.
I'm not buying it.
For
I'm not buying
sure.
it. I'm not
I'm going to
buying
rest my
it.
feet. No matter how much or little of alcohol I've had, I'm going to sit down. That's
This
my
says
rest my
more
feet
about
song.
this says more about you
No,
than
it
the
doesn't.
song. Say
No, it doesn't.
Ah.
No, it doesn't.
What song
No,
are
it's
you
not.
going?
It's like I'm trying to think of a song.
I don't
I'm
know.
trying to think of a song that was like it
Say
back in the day. But now when I hear it, I'm just like, I don't want to hear it. I'm trying to think. But that's one of those
Ooh, I don't
things.
gotta listen. I don't have all my equipment set
You know
up.
what it was when y'all had the homecoming party
Okay.
and y'all kept playing all them college songs and nobody wanted to hear that. That's what that is. That is what that is.
You got to be in the right setting.
What is the setting?
I told you what it was, a pool party. If you go to a pool party in Vegas, it gets the vibes going. They're gonna play all these songs. Vegas girls, they love this. Houston,
We
Atlanta,
went to a
Vegas.
pool party in Vegas and they did not play
They
that
did.
song.
You weren't even out there the whole time.
They didn't play that song, Barry.
100% they played that.
And people
whole
didn't
song.
run to shake their ass when this song came on.
They didn't like run to
Yeah,
the dance
because
floor.
nobody thought. Do you know what they was doing? They was
What
resting
they
their
doing?
feet.
Nah.
That's what they were doing. They went to sit down. They
But
went
if
to
you were
sit
already on the
down.
dance floor, what they were doing, like getting drinks poured in
This
their
is
mouth,
not a
shot o'clock.
This is not a stay on the dance floor
buying
kind of
girls
song.
drinks.
This is the song where you having a good time and you dancing, you partying, you kicking it, and then they play this one and it's like, oh, and then you go and that's
Say ah.
that's your bathroom break song,
Ooh,
your
I
rest
can't
my
believe-
feet song. I don't want to hear that.
I can't believe
I
you're
don't wanna
doing
hear
this right now. I'm going out this weekend. No, I went out last weekend. I'm taking it easy this weekend. However, if the next time I go out, as soon as the DJ drops Say Ah in 2024, I'm going to record it and I'm going to send it to you.
Record it.
Matter of fact, I been seeing everybody at the Tycoon Festival that everybody's on. Fab, Trey, Tip. Everybody's on the Tycoon Festival lineup. And I see Trey Songz, when he performs, Say Ah, and it goes up every time. Festival Vibes is another place where if you play that Say Ah, it's shot o'clock. I'm telling you now, I know the baddies. This is what they're gonna do. Come on.
Nigga, you're wrong.
Yeah, nah. You're a retired baddie.
Very.
I mean, you're still a baddie, but you're like an inside. Who you gonna text? Who you about to text? She about to call somebody right now.
Now I
ask them.
might be calling the wrong person.
I can't wait. See, now
because
she gotta give a
she'll
disclaimer.
turn up to anything.
But listen. Do not give a disclaimer. So we're gonna pause. We'll tell y'all who we calling in a second. No disclaimer.
But she be outside, so I don't know. Question. You are at the club and you dancing and you're on the dance floor and you having a good time and the DJ drops Trey Songz, Say I. What you doing? You going to take your break? You going to the bathroom? Or you going to turn up even harder to Say I, Trey Songz?
Shaking my ass.
My girl, you never let me down because you a real one. Hey, we got a retired baddie on the phone. What's up? We got a retired baddie.
That's what I'm saying. I called the wrong one because she's still outside, so she might like
and yo, and you heard, you heard my girl say, I'm not retired. Talk to him, Big Sid.
Am I on the podcast?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess I'm the only one that don't want to hear Say I.
She talking about, listen.
When Say I comes on, I'm going to pee.
That's crazy to me.
Like it was Jupiter Lord or something.
Thank you. I told her.
I like Jupiter.
I told her if you hear it at a pool party or something, it's shot o'clock. That's what time it is. That's what time it is.
Sure, and it don't let it be somebody's birthday.
Talk to him. Listen.
I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry.
See?
I don't want to hear it.
But now I understand everyone is here ski.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know we gonna turn up the ski. And you know the Rich Baby Daddy Gang and Pussy Pink.
That's what I'm saying. I would much rather hear any of those songs than Say I.
But you play Say I first. No, you not. Listen. Eddie trying to hear.
Exactly right.
Never would have made it.
All right. Goodbye.
That's what you want to hear.
All right. Thank you, Sydney.
Listen. You can take the baddie and make her a wife, but in her heart, the baddie is still there. So like I said, Say I is the song. Listen, man, hey, some people when they retire, they are like Dr. J. If y'all watched the All-Star game, Dr. J still sitting courtside, still got his nice tailored suit on. Then you got other people when they retire, they're like Tim Duncan. Nobody knows where Tim Duncan is, but when he steps out, he has on big baggy jeans. He has like his shirt unironed. Tim Duncan is still an all-time great.
You ain't comparing me to Tim Duncan because when I stepped the fuck out and I look good.
You're missing the point.
Well, you need to find you another point.
Tim Duncan.
Because when I come out, I do come out.
Tim Duncan is still an all-time great, and we know that. But when Tim Duncan retired, he said, you know what, I'm done. I'm just going to stay in my house and chill. When Dr. J retired, he said, don't get it twisted. I can still come back out here and put up buckets if I need to.
I don't like to be in the club.
Exactly. See what I'm saying?
I don't.
See what I'm saying?
I go once a year.
Nevertheless, and you know what? I thought about this the other day. So I went out this past weekend to a cool little spot. I'm not going to tell you guys where it is because I don't want the block to get too hot, but I like the spot. Now, when I was out in the spot that I was at, I was thinking to myself, what do couples do when they go out? So this was a club. When they go out to the club together, just you and I. What are we doing? Because in my head, I'm thinking to myself, after the third twerk, we can just go home and twerk naked. All it's gonna take is 3 twerks for me. We can eat some wings, get you whatever you need to drink. 3 twerks, going home. I'm just asking.
That's because you don't.
I lost my voice.
Bear.
What? I'm asking. After 3 twerks in the club with my wife, we're going home to get naked that night.
Yeah. Some couples just like to drink and stay out and keep drinking and keep drinking and keep drinking, but you don't drink. So that's why you're like 3 Turks and I can go home because you ain't got nothing else to do.
We can get that same.
You have nothing else to do in the club.
But all right, check it out. We gonna go to the club and I said we gonna eat. They got lamb chops at the club now. We're gonna have a good dinner. Eat some lamb chops, eat some wings. Here say you twerk on me one time. You hear that ski yee, twerk on me again, and then rip me out the plastic. I've been acting brand new. Come on, it's time to go. So I can rip you out the plastic. And that's what I'm saying. All it's gonna take for me is 3 twerks and then a squirt. Cause we going home out of that. 3 twerks and a skirt. We going home. We hitting the road. but I saw it was a couple.
It's too much. Too much.
It was a couple in the club this past weekend, and they were literally in there surrounded by a gang of people, and they were just sitting there watching. He was watching the fight on his phone while she was just kind of looking at the people watching. And I'm like, she doesn't want to be here.
No.
She didn't want to be
She
here.
probably wants to be here. She don't want to be there with him while he's sitting there on his phone.
Listen.
She is she looking around, looking at everybody else having fun, thinking, I wish I could have fun, but my nigga sitting here watching TV on his phone.
I mean,
That's what she's thinking.
He wasn't paying my girl no attention. And he wasn't even looking at anybody else. Like, she was people watching. You know, you can tell when someone is people watching. She was doing that. My boy, looking at that fight on his phone. He was like,
guys, this is what I want to challenge everybody to do. When you go out on dates, or even if it's not a date, when you go out with people, stop being on your phone.
Here we go.
Stop. Because the girl doesn't want to be with you while you're doing that. You're making it a miserable time for who you're with. The whole time she's sitting there thinking, I wish he would get off his phone, but she ain't saying shit because she tired of telling you the same thing over and over. Stop doing it. Y'all can stay at home if you want to just be on your phone the whole night.
While I agree, the people who are on their phone the most are women. And we both know this. Because y'all got to post your meal. You got to post your environment.
Stop.
There you go.
Women stop too.
You said men and you
Are
made
y'all going out with each other and y'all both sitting there on the phone the whole time? Y'all can stay at home.
See, it's easy to say. It's easy to say, put your phone down. However, when the company across from you may be a little bit boring, your phone may be more interesting than that person.
I would hope that your spouse is not boring.
You're not talking about just spouses.
But I'm talking about people in relationships. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people in relationships. I would hope that the person is not boring if you're with them. If they are, then maybe you should figure something else out. But you should be able to go out to have a meal without being on your phone the entire time looking at other stuff. A meal is what? An hour and a half max?
Oh, it depends, yeah.
You can't be off your phone engaging with the person you decided to come out with?
I think you can.
Cut it out.
I think you can do it.
And I don't need you making excuses. It's crazy.
No, I'm not making an excuse, but I am keeping it real. If that person across from you is boring,
again, then if this person is your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, if y'all spending the whole time, and this is from experience, if y'all spending the whole meal on the phone with each other, y'all have lost some connection and y'all need to find it.
We really don't do that anymore. I don't think we're not on the phone.
It depends on if it's sports season. I'm not on the phone.
Well, listen, I'm trying to win some big bucks, no whammies at that point. But after a while, I'll put my phone down when I get comfortable or if I start losing bad enough. And then my attitude is bad. So if I start losing bad enough,
he's talking about the young lady who's just sitting there people watching. She wants to go the fuck home because her nigga's sitting there on his phone.
Well, he should have did something better, man. I feel bad for her. I'm like, man, get your girl a drink or something. Just take her home. Watch the game home. My whole point is, why you at the club with your woman watching the fight? Watch the fight at home. Let her get in some comfortable clothes. You might go, why you watch the fight, massage that leg. You know what I'm saying?
And then what's crazy, say for instance, the person is like, I really want to go out. Can we go out? Yeah. And then y'all go out and now y'all are out, but now I got to sit here and look at you on the phone. Like,
that's nuts.
Y'all do better.
That's nuts.
Do better.
It's nuts. But I did see that this weekend, and I want to point that out because I'm looking at this young lady like she was ready to go. He wasn't trying to budge from that fight. That's what I'm saying. If me and you go out to the club, and now I go out to a lounge with you, you know what I mean? Where it's more, the music is still there. The vibes are still elevated. But after a while, I know when it's time to go too. I'm not going to just sit there and just try to pack up when the lights come on. I'm trying to go home and get busy. I ain't trying to do all that. I wouldn't get busy in the bathroom. Now, club bathrooms be nasty. But you know what I'm saying. You know it. You get what I'm saying. Leave the club and go caress on some cheeks. No reason.
Okay. So we were talking about music. I'm changing the subject. And
say classic.
I don't like it. Anyway, Usher dropped an album and you ain't said nothing about the album.
I did not.
You shouldn't have played a song from the album.
I'm sorry. I'll do it next week. I'll tell you my favorite song.
Original Thoughts is I started the album and I was like, what is this? So after like the 6th song, I just cut it off. I cut it off because I was like, I don't know what he tried to give us, but I don't even like the A-Town Girl song. I can't even get with that one. It just sounds so corny to me.
I like this song. Big Lotto.
But then a couple days later, I wanted to hear the song with her.
I don't like that song.
And I really like that song. So I went to play that one, and then I let it play after that one.
Yeah.
And the album gets really good.
Hey, I'm going to tell y'all.
Luckiest Man.
I hope they don't copyright infringe me for this right now. But I'm skating on thin ice.
You better cut it out.
I'm trying to talk over it. I know that it's wrong. Dang, that's an old Confessions vibe right there.
You
that
love
on
you
the
a
side.
cheating song.
Say what you
But
want.
On
That
the
song
Side
fire.
is a good song. Luckiest Man is a good song. What's it? Please You. I love that one too.
I Am the Party. Fire. Room in
the Room is good.
Fire. One of the ones
is good.
So I'm going to tell y'all what to do, right? If you did not listen to Usher's
I
album,
like Stone Cold Freak.
yeah. I like Bob. Start at number 8. She wanted start at 7 and work your way down. You don't have to go up any, but the A-Town Girl is fire. And I do like Good is fire. So
We know good.
8 through 20. Listen, I'm letting it ride. But I'm starting at number 8. I am gonna start at number 8.
skipping them top.
Skipping that top
He should have
four.
reordered them.
You know what?
But
No. Last week, I had intended on coming on the podcast to talk about Usher. But for some reason, the song I wanted to come on the podcast with, I couldn't format it right. I was in a crunch. I don't know what I was doing. I must have been working or something. But anyway, I wanted to come on the podcast with that Bad Habits.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that song not on the album? And my suspicions are that they're waiting and they're going to put it on the deluxe version. That's what I think. That's what I hope for because I'm going to download it.
Yeah. Dang, what was I going to say?
Bad Habits.
No, Luckiest Man.
Oh, no, Ruin.
So-
No, Ruin is fire.
Luckiest Man he raps at the end of it.
Yeah.
And it gives me that old school Usher vibe. USHERIY. Like,
You crazy because when I just said that about on the side about Confessions, you blame me for liking the cheating song.
it does. What's the name of the song?
What?
Why am I drawing a blank?
Just say.
That ain't the name of the song.
Yes, it is. Luckiest Man.
No. The one that reminds me of once he gets to the end of that song.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice and slow, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So when you get to the end of Luckiest Man, it reminds me of Nice and Slow.
Yep.
It's a vibe. It was a vibe. The reason why I brought it up is because I saw people on Facebook.
Are you trying to
saying
get booted to the album?
this
Let's do it.
album? Like they was like he could have kept this album. Nobody wants to hear this. Yada yada yada. But like I said, you skip past them, start at number 8 and go down from there.
We already know people musical tastes are
But
not
like I
up to
said-
par anyway. After we heard the beginning of the podcast,
Please.
say
Anyways, number 7,
yeah.
the song with her is a really good song, but you got to be in a certain kind of vibe to listen to this
It's the
song because it's
vibe.
really slow. It's a ballad, but I like ballads.
Right. So when Indy's at the pool party, she's gonna turn up to a ballad.
That's
She's
not
gonna-
true.
She's gonna
That's
go
not
to the
true.
bar and
That's
say
not true.
and come back to the party with a
If
drink with a ballad.
I go out
All right.
to a club, truthfully,
Yeah.
I want to hear Memphis rap. That's just what I like. If I'm going out to the club, I want to hear some Moneybag, some Young Dolph. Like,
And see, I'm gonna tell
I
you
want
like
to
this.
hear. That's what I want to hear when I go out. Because I don't go out very
I
often.
love it. I love that, but I don't want to go to the club with you and hear those songs. That's what I'm saying.
What?
I don't want to go to the club with you. My wife can hear those songs.
Oh.
I want to go to the club with the homies and hear those songs. We turn up, you know what I'm saying, get in our little bag. But I don't want to go to the club. My wife, you know, you and your girls can go out and preach and all that and fuck you, Yo Gotti and all that. You can go do your thing.
He really don't fool with Memphis.
You crazy.
He really
You
don't. That's why
crazy.
he's saying it. That's why he's saying it.
I just said, yeah, glow. That's my song. Everybody like that, yeah, glow.
Everybody like yeah, glow.
Yeah.
No, did you see what she? No, did you send me that?
I sent you that. I sent you that. Yeah. I sent you that. Said Memphis, MEMPHIS. Making easy money, pimping the hoes and style. I sent you that.
She basically tweeted and said, "Who mans is this? I want them."
And then she said, I don't care who see it because they can't whoop me. I said, oh, she turned up. Anyway, Dame Dollar's divorced anyway. Shout out to my goddamn
she
Dollar.
got a chance.
Possibly. Go look good.
She got a chance.
Lord, and she got them teeth, teeth, titties, toes. I don't know how her toes look. But she got them new teeth and them new titties.
She does.
It's only one more teeth left. And then Glow gonna be getting that Dame Dollar from behind, getting them dollar shots. If you know what I mean.
Oh, it's always taking too far.
We didn't even introduce the podcast. It's a She and Not podcast. I'm being
And not 20 minutes in.
Yeah, it's so weird. But out of all that, I have some stuff we got to talk about. So let's just jump right into it really quickly, please.
During the week, we got deep. Chill. Let's talk on the podcast.
Oh boy. So over the week, let me reframe. I don't know how I want to say this. All right. This is one of those real life moments that I'm bringing to the podcast that I have to tread lightly. Talking to my friend. He's dating somebody. He's talking to a new person, has a new companion in his life, excited about the new companion. I saw the new companion and he was excited about the new companion. And when I saw the person, I'm like, that's what's up. My question is today on this great podcast, how do you tell a friend they are out of a person's league? And I can't tell you everything that's under the surface because...
As in you, my friend, can do better than this.
How do you tell somebody that without being offensive? Because I'm going to be honest with y'all. I saw the person and I talked to Indy about what I saw and she then agreed with me. Let me tell you who can do this so well. White people. White men. I'll bring India around a function, right? And then, she'll do a corporate, gallivanting, going around, speaking to everybody, being, not trying to demean you, but being a trophy wife, doing a thing, right? Soon as India walks off, one of my old white male co-workers will pull me off to the side. Hey, Newsom, you outkicked your coverage, didn't you? And that's they love saying, that's their favorite thing. Hey, Newsom. You outkicked your coverage. Ha, ha, ha. Like, all right, it's cool with me.
Mind you, this has happened at almost every work function that I have ever attended with.
But it's cool with me because I'm the prize. You know what I'm saying?
What?
See. But every white man, white man I've been around can tell me that, and I just laugh it off and keep going. But when it comes to your friends, how do I tell my friend, hey man, you are not out kicking your coverage? Matter of fact, this is an offside kick. The ball is not even going 10 yards. It's an offside kick penalty. The ball has to go 10 yards before somebody touched it. You touched it at 8, my friend. Why are you doing this? How do I tell him that? And then he and I remain friends.
So he showed me the message. Oh, he showed me some things or whatever. And I told Beard that he wasn't being very honest.
Coming from a woman.
I'm very honest with my friends.
I don't believe that.
To a fault. And, sometimes it doesn't make them very happy.
India, you're not going to tell. Matter of fact, I'll give you a good example. Ooh, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say her name. And you can tell me to bleep it out later on. But I remember Caleb was talking to a dude. And... see what I'm saying? Nobody told her. Nobody told y'all. Let her talk to him because the dude was super cool. But nobody said anything. I told her afterwards, though. No, you didn't.
Sometimes yes, I did.
Okay, listen.
Yes, I did.
She told her after the fact. Mind you, she wants me to tell my homie right now. So the double standard is real.
Because he could potentially with this person, he could potentially get himself into some
it's
things.
more stuff involved.
It's not as surface level as just looks. There are some other things
there you go.
at play right now.
There you go. This one,
which is why I feel like you should have been more honest than what you should have been. Like maybe this is not the best decision.
No.
You guys are in very different phases of life.
She's skating
so
on
this
thin
may
ice.
not be the best move for you. That's the type of honesty that you should have given him.
Everybody can receive that type of honesty with open arms.
It don't matter if you can receive
While
it
I
or
wanted
not.
to tell the homie, like, hey, man, listen, this ain't it. I wanted to say, hey, bro, have you really made this decision based off the right criteria? Because if you did, you would then know you can do better. But I couldn't say that. I couldn't. And you know what's so funny?
But talking to friends about stuff like this, kind of like a slippery slope. Because a lot of times you just kind of got to let them figure it out for themselves.
But I don't want him to go through that.
And you can't tell somebody to not talk to someone just based off of looks. Because looks are
fleeting,
subjective.
They are subjective, yeah.
Because I can find you attractive and someone else may find you dog ugly.
They might.
So you can't tell somebody to stop talking to somebody just based off of how they look.
But typically you don't see guys, you don't really see good looking guys talking to cosmetically challenged women. Now you will see some fine women talking to some ugly guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it.
That ain't true.
So maybe some fine women talking to some ugly dudes, and I'm just gonna keep it real. But the dudes be having confidence. I say this all the time. When you go to the club, and this is no disrespect, but when you go to the club, the people that shake their ass the most and have the least on are my big babies. And I love y'all. Y'all know I got an affinity for the Lizzos out there. But when you go to the spot, they got the most confidence and they're gonna be on the floor, bending that thing over, letting that thing breathe. And I appreciate that wholeheartedly. On the flip side, go to the club, y'all be stuck up, nose in the air. Same thing. Man, with an unattractive dude, my boy like, man, I ain't got nothing to lose. I done heard no all my life. What's another no gonna get me? He gonna walk up to the baddest one in the club, they gonna bag her.
It's really about confidence. If you are confident, if you can make the girl laugh, if you got your stuff together, you got a good shot. Mm-hmm. No matter what the girl looks like.
But we're not talking about just looks in this situation. Let's get back to it.
But again, that's why you were a bad friend in this situation.
I was a good friend.
You absolutely were not.
Let me tell you why I was a good friend.
And the thing is, you struggle with that.
Whoa, what you mean?
Honesty with your friends.
I don't struggle with that.
No.
I'm not gonna tell you my opinion if you don't ask for it. If you bring up a new girl to me or a new guy to me,
I'm too damn opinionated. Maybe I just need to shut up.
I take that back. This guy Ashley was talking to, and she showed me the guy, and I said, I don't like the way he dressed. I told her straight up, I don't like what he got on. I don't like the way he dressed. You can find somebody better to match your style. He's not it. He's not your style. And I'm thinking about it now. Why did I feel more comfortable telling her that than I would a guy? Because guys will get mad, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. If a dude really like a girl, then they can go crazy.
You really
gotta go crazy about a woman.
You really need to stop doing that in general.
What you mean?
Because you did the same thing to your sister.
I did. See, once again, you right. And you know what?
But again, it's not PTSD. Your business.
I got PTSD now. I got PTSD because, all right, my sister was talking to a guy a long time ago. I was reckless back then too. Like I didn't have any cool. I didn't have any tact. I would say the first things that came to my mind, right? My sister was talking to this guy at one time, and I saw a picture of him, and my sister was too good for him, and I let it be known, and I opened my mouth, and I said it out loud, and my mom laughed, so now I got my mom on my side, and now I got the jokes going. I'm like, once I get going, I don't stop, and I should have stopped. Now
she's never brought another person home.
I was a freshman in college. I was letting it rip. See, I should have done that. I can admit that I shouldn't have done it. And I did that to Ashley and I did that to her. I shouldn't have done that. but I can't do it. It's something wrong with me.
It is. You need to.
But I can't tell my
You need to
homie.
reach back out to him and be like, "Hey, after further consideration,
Baby
I don't
hairs
think
ain't it.
this is a good idea."
My girl got the fattest baby hairs. And but it's not just about looks. I'm telling you the looks because I can't say everything else. But it's yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to present it to him and not make him upset.
Present it to him the same way you present it to everybody else.
But girls, like I said, women can
And the
take
thing
it.
is,
Women can take it.
no, women can't take it. You should be handling them with more care than the guys. What do you care that he's mad for? Because you're trying to help him.
Yeah, I know, because this ain't it. This ain't the move, man. Focus your attention on something else, dog. This one ain't it.
I think men be scared to be honest with each other. Like there's something about being scared.
We don't want to hurt each other's
men.
feelings.
Like, cause that's crazy.
I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna revisit the situation because we've been texting and I need to tell him something anyway. I'm gonna try to revisit the situation by asking him how he and the young lady are doing right now. And if he says good, I'm probably gonna leave it alone. If he presents any hesitation whatsoever, I'm gonna let it rip. Hey man, listen, you can do better, dog. Like I'm telling you from your homie, your brother, you can do better. You don't need that problem. You don't want, It's a word for it. And listen, look at my lips. It starts with a
I can't say
G.
nothing else about it because I didn't have anything nice to say about
It
the
starts with the
situation. 'Cause
G.
The situation is actually, I don't got nothing else. But my
Just
mama told
chill.
me if I don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all.
But look, I'm glad you
Man,
finally listened to
maybe your mama should tell you the same thing.
No, because I can't do that to my girls, like the women in my life. I want better for y'all. I want better for you.
No, nobody needs you to do that.
Yeah, I gotta
What's wrong with you?
protect you. I gotta look out for you. When you can't look out for yourself, I gotta be the one.
Nobody needs be love the savior. Like you
Come
don't
on,
need
man.
to save
Come on.
nobody.
Come
Save
on, let me say,
yourself.
don't save her. Memphis, hey, there you go. Big Memphis. Anyway, now listen, I saw this on the internet and I gotta talk about it real quick. It said a man divorced his wife because she was withholding sex. They only had sex 2 times in 2 years.
Once a year, baby.
Yeah, so once a year. The average is easy to find. Once a year.
Anniversary sex.
And I'm thinking to myself, I think he did the right thing. I'm just going to put it out there.
Why you thinking
100.
did he ask for it?
Did he ask for it?
Sex.
They didn't say all of that. They didn't even mention all of that.
I need background information.
The only thing they said is they had sex 2 times in 2 years. After I heard that, I have heard enough. Because because you know this. Well, all he had to do was leave instead of cheat, and he did that. Because what if he started just cheating on her? Man had blue balls. Man, I hear him itching for some sex. They sleep in the same bed together. She gotta take a bath and get out of the tub. He's seeing her
Maybe
walk
she was
around
covered
naked.
up. Maybe she
Come
was
on,
going
man.
shower, robe. Don't want you looking at me.
And
I
that's
don't wanna
even
entice you.
crazier. He did the right thing. So then the question said, is the best punishment for men withholding sex? And I said, what are we doing here? And I'm looking at the goddamn comments, and people are going crazy and saying, yes, that's the best punishment. Why would you punish somebody? Like, what are you doing? We're not kids. We don't have to be put in, but let's give me the butts. That's it.
But the thing is, we know
Punishment.
that when it comes to sex, like for women, it's an emotional
That's
connection.
facts. That's facts.
So if we do not have an emotional connection
No,
and
you're
you're
not about to
asking
do
for
this.
sex, I'm not really gonna feel inclined to just give it to you.
You about to
Now,
say she was right about this?
I don't know enough information to let
I'm
you
about
know
to
if she
flip
was
out.
right about this. But again,
Oh.
you have to desire to have sex with the person. So
fact.
if something obviously was happening for her to not be desiring sex with her husband.
Anyway, let's keep it real. 6 months. Okay, I get it. Let's talk after 6 months and figure out why you and I are not being intimate with one another. A year passed by. We've only had sex one time in a year. Come on, India. I'm not letting you. Nah.
I'm just telling you.
Conversation should have been had a quarter ago.
Do we know that they have the conversation? That's what I'm saying. We don't know enough
I don't know. It was just it was an article.
And hell, maybe she wanted a divorce too.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe she was withholding because she didn't want to tell him, hey, I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm not giving you this rump because I'm already giving it to somebody else.
Now, see, you just took it too damn far. Hell,
What
she
you
may
mean?
just not have wanted to have. Listen,
She getting her rocks off somebody else. Y'all know y'all got the way y'all be talking about that rose still. That rose has stood the test of time. I have heard more people within the last since Super Bowl Sunday talk about this rose than anything. The rose has stood the test of time. Even online, I'm seeing it pop back up again. The rose, like shit, I ain't never left. I've been here. Where you been? So. All I'm saying is she had to be doing something. She's just not sitting around. I don't
think she was. That's not true either.
Let's be realistic right now.
Yeah, let's be realistic.
How long? Come on, hold on. Let me get done. You about to try to get in there. How long can you go without having a sexual eruption? So now we laughing. See?
Because just because I'm not having sex with you don't mean I'm not being satisfied.
Talk to
That doesn't
what you out here
necessarily
doing?
mean I'm not being satisfied.
You let it breathe on somebody else's meat.
No, you're not letting it breathe on nobody else's
Okay.
meat. But they also got roses and Tracy dogs. So just because I'm not getting off with you don't mean I'm not getting off at all. That's the way you phrased it.
What I'm saying is, how long can you go without having an eruption?
I don't know.
Okay, all right, that's cool. You don't have to put that out there.
Because
You gotta.
It's really none of y'all business.
It's what I'm saying. You ain't gotta put it out there. You don't gotta put it out there. I'm not forcing that. However, for a man, it's a lot shorter time than a woman. I guarantee. I guarantee it. Well, I don't know. It depends on your libido.
It does depend on your libido.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe hers was extra low to the flow. And my man, his was pretty damn low too for waiting 2 years. Ain't much masturbation in the world. I'm sorry. I'm here to tell you today, it's not that much masturbation in the world. That's why he got a divorce. After having sex with his wife 1 time a year, I'm out, and you're gonna be looking at my rear. I'm leaving.
I wonder, did they have sex before they got married?
It's a good question.
Were they
could be an
abstaining from sex before marriage?
And she just kept it on into the marriage?
Yeah.
Come on, Indy.
Was she a virgin?
I don't know. I don't know any of these.
Maybe she didn't like his sex.
You know what? Speaking of that, I wrote a question down I was going to ask you. Let me pull it up. I have to now.
Now, I'm not saying he wrong for filing for the divorce. He got every right to. He's not being satisfied. He wanted out.
Yeah, you got to go. You got to go.
I mean,
would you rather me cheat or leave? Donnell Jones. I said, I love my baby girl. Still the greatest song ever made. So on the same subject, I had a question. Have we ever been in a sex position you felt like was awkward, but you let it roll because I thought I was killing that thing? Like you can tell in my stroke, I'm thinking I'm in there, but you like, I wish you would just hurry up and get the hell off me.
No.
It's okay, all right. I just had to this made me think about that because I was thinking to myself, like maybe the times they had sex was so awful, she couldn't stand it. Or it was so painful.
It could very well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She probably just didn't like it.
Which led me to that question because I'm telling you, sometimes you could be thinking that you could be thinking one thing in your head and you really getting into the groove and your lady is like, nah, this ain't it, man. Change it up, rock the boat.
But I have literally heard married women say that they don't have to have sex. The only reason why they're having sex is to satisfy their husband. Like I have literally heard women, and definitely not the amount of times that their husband have sex. Like
We already say you should be having sex 3 times a week.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So if
That's what we say.
I'm speaking to someone, they're saying that they're good with like once every 2 weeks. And the only reason why they're having it every 3 weeks is because of their husband.
I can understand if you got kids. I can understand because the kid tired.
I didn't say they
different.
had kids. I didn't say that.
If y'all ain't
I
got,
ain't say that.
I'm gonna keep it real. If y'all ain't got no kid, well, let me back up. If you don't have kids and you guys are at home a lot together, probably more like 6 times a week. It ain't gotta be no long, ain't gotta be no long session. Like 6 times a week, 10 minutes. I think that's pretty good. Like 10 minutes. If 6 times a week, you in there watching it, you laughing. Hold on. Chill.
I don't want to have sex 6 times a week.
You would listen to what I'm saying. You in there washing the dishes. And I see you, and you stay with a robe on, right? So underneath your robe, you might not have on any clothes. That's not uncommon for her. I come, lift up your robe, give you a quick lick, a quick stick, and you back to washing dishes, and I'm back to doing what I'm doing. There's one. That can be 5, 10 minutes.
Like a dog in heat.
That's it. Call it what you want to. I'm gonna put you over them dishes and call it the garbage disposal when I get done with you.
Stop.
Just saying. I'm just letting
Like
you know.
an old nasty man. You
But
like
hey,
an old ass nasty man.
I'm keeping it real. If you don't got kids 6 times a week, is not unreasonable. It's not unreasonable.
For people that's been married for a long time.
Well, no. I mean, if you've been, yeah, you're right. If you dating,
Just giving newlywed.
yeah, first year and dating, I think that's not unreasonable. Because in that first year, you're happy, you went on a honeymoon, you just humping like dogs. So I agree with that. But then after that, time gets, you can did a little bit of everything. Put in the ear hole, the nose hole, the mouth hole, every hole you can think of. It's been there. So I get that, but I'm telling you, by yourself, you're supposed to be. Back in the day, long time ago, when we were just dating, we used to be around each other way too much. And I feel like every time we was around each other, we were getting it in.
No, we weren't.
Back in the day, when I was in the condo?
We weren't.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Damn. All right.
We were just enjoying each other's company.
I probably had other things on my mind trying to get there. I'm pretty sure.
We didn't.
I think you lying. You were young and full of cum. I think you're lying.
No.
I'm not believing
Our
that.
rate of sex has pretty much been like
Been
pretty
steady?
consistent for forever.
Nah, ain't no way.
Yeah.
Ain't no believe. Anyway, we gotta move on.
There's like different factors at play. Like libido changes when you have kids.
I'm not
for the
talking.
woman.
I'm saying before all that, before the kids, before the engagement, we were just out here living life.
Yeah, that sounds like 6 times a week. That sounds
5 then.
probably
5.
normal for new couples.
Yeah, we was in the apartment, but also you can't be mad at each other too, because when I'm not having sex when I'm mad. We're not having sex. She won't even talk to me when she's mad. And you know what I thought about? I don't even want to bring up anything that's gonna be because we having a good episode. What does slamming the door do for people? I thought about that.
Lets out frustration.
At the big age of pottery, what does slamming the door do for people nowadays?
Because when if I want to ball my fist up and punch a wall, I'd rather slam a door. It's
God damn, why do you want to punch a wall? If anybody's making you mad enough to punch the wall, I think you need to reevaluate the situation and all them Bible verses that you've been reading every morning. Not you, Queen.
You're not supposed to. No.
But somebody else.
But the thing is, God is always working.
Hallelujah. God is working on me and you.
So, I don't. Why you brought that up.
Because you slammed this shit out of the door last night. Blake looked at me, I looked at Blake, we did this. And we just continue watching the game. I don't understand what slamming the door does. I've never understood slamming the door. Now I understand what storming off does. You got a little wind behind you.
That's like the automatic follow. If you're storming off and the door is behind you, it's automatically the wind is gonna slam the door.
Sometimes my thing is this though. You slam the door too hard, you got nice things around. Something fall off a table, a plant may fall off a stand, a door. Just our luck, the luck we've been having, the glass could have shattered on the back door. I was, you know what? I almost wanted this. Just so I can laugh.
You wouldn't have laughed.
Yeah, we'd have got a divorce at that point. I'm keeping it real. And if anybody slams the door hard enough to break a glass, we got to get a divorce. Because you taking it too far. It's like punching me. Because who's going to pay for it? Who's going to pay for it?
What do you want me to say?
I just want to know what slamming doors do for you. Anyway, moving on.
What? Okay. What does...
I don't know.
When you're mad, what does that do for you?
What is what?
You can't say...
Actions, though. I just say, man, I don't act out.
Yes, you do.
I'm not.
And you have.
Not like...
Before. Storming off. What does that do?
I just said
not
storming
talking.
off.
What does that do?
Storming.
So stop asking me those stupid questions, Barrett.
And not talking are a lot different than slamming the door.
I don't think so.
You could break the door.
I don't think so. I think you're over exaggerating, first of all, because the slam wasn't really a slam. It was just like a hard close to make sure that it was closed all the way because it was windy outside.
So the definition of slamming something, let's look it up.
We don't gotta do it. We don't gotta do that. We don't gotta do that.
We can do that.
And why are we even visiting this right now? Because you literally said I'm not gonna bring it up. And here you are bringing it up. We know what it means to slam.
You said
I didn't really slam.
Hard.
I closed it hard.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to read the definition of slam. Shut a door, window, or lid forcefully, loud, or hard. And what did you do? You did what to the door again?
Barrett.
Okay. When you
I
got
do
them,
not
you got
care.
Them. All right, moving on. I gotta talk about this. It's everywhere. And if we don't talk about it, we'll be crazy. The TikTok. Who the F did I marry? I'm watching that like a series right now. I'm on episode 2 because it's 10 minutes and you really got to dedicate some time to it. India went to cheat. And what did you find?
The Cliff Notes. I found somebody who had typed out what's happened because I have a little bit of ADHD and her voice is just too monotone for me to sit there.
I like her sleepy voice though. I like that.
And so I pulled up the first episode and I got like 2 minutes in and I turned it off.
I watched the whole thing.
Then I found the Cliff Notes and now I'm reading those, but even that's long. But I can finish that. I can sit and read that.
But is it good?
It's crazy. So
I'm
far,
on episode 2.
I'm at the part where she meets the guy.
Okay.
They move in together.
Okay.
And she meets, or she finds out about his siblings. He has like 5 siblings.
Okay.
And she never really talked to any of them. And one of them would call and she would say, "Hey, brother," but never actually met the person in person.
I'm finna watch this. I mean, we gotta wrap this up, man. I need to go watch it.
Yeah, so that's where I am now. And then I think they talked about buying a house together, and then that fell through.
Apparently gotten
approved for a very large sum of money on a house, but apparently he was given the runaround, and she thought that they had a house and they didn't have a house. That's kind of where I am right now.
Chill. We're gonna revisit this next week, but right now it's good, and I'm going to get done watching it. So, who the F did I marry?
But you wonder, for someone to see so many red flags and continue on with the situation, like what causes people to want to continue on?
Hope.
Because it's giving low self-esteem.
Nah, to me, it's giving hope. It's like, man, this is what I've been waiting for. Everything else seems to be so right. This is my moment. I'm going to make sure it worked, because maybe in her head, she was the one that sabotaged all the rest of her relationships.
See, I'm not
and now she got to this one. It's like, I got to see it through.
Because I'm like, I don't deserve this. I'm out. I'm not dealing with this.
See, that's you though.
Why? But I can't say too much because I haven't finished it. I'm gonna finish reading the slides. I ain't watching.
Man, I'm watching. I'm
not watching 50 TikTok episodes.
Episodes. 54 times 10 is how much? 540. 540 divided by 60 is what? Do the math. 9, right?
Child.
9. God bless B Love from downtown. Bang. 900 divided by 60. Yeah, it's right. It's right. I mean, 9. So it's 9 hours. It's 9 hours of content. Probably not gonna get done with it all today. But don't plan on getting done with it tomorrow. By the time next week, I'll be done with it. And I might have to read the Cliff Notes version. But gotta get to it. India's yawning. You just need me to speed up. Here we go.
Now unqualified advice from B Love and B Love's relationTIP.
All right, this is kind of like a WWID, but in a relationship format. My husband is so boring that I have more fun with my kids. He never wanted to step out of his comfort zone to do something fun, simple, and exciting. I'm frustrated. Yes, I've talked to him about it, missed the word, but he's not going to do it. What should I do? My relationship to this man is get your ass up and enjoy life. Don't sit around like my man was in the club watching the fight when his lady was right there. Don't let your wife come to you and tell you she has more fun with her kids. India, I've never heard you say you have more fun with Blake than you do me. If you tell me that, I'm like, oh God, something's ridiculous because he's 6 and everything is a question. Everything is a question. Everything is a question now. And if you tell me you have more fun with Blake, I'm looking at myself into man in the mirror. I need to take a good look and see what am I missing.
So this is like a similar situation.
Going back to libido though. My man might have some low T and he don't want to do anything with her.
But low testosterone has nothing to do with him not wanting to go out. Like he don't want to do anything. That
lazy.
Yeah, well, whatever. We had a similar story. Remember the girl who wrote podcast a while ago saying, I think she was dating a guy.
Yeah.
Was he a felon? And she wanted to travel.
And he couldn't need a passport.
Yeah. But then, she talked about traveling in the U.S. and all that. I ran into that young lady in Nordstrom 2 weeks ago.
What's she doing?
I was in Nordstrom and she was like, hey, India. And I was like, huh? And she was like, I wrote you on the podcast.
That's my home girl.
Yes.
Everybody my home girl listens to the podcast.
And she basically told me that she left him because she was like, I can't do it.
Because she was a
like,
travel agent.
I need somebody to get up and go and want to travel and do the things. I had to lead that man.
But see, she got kids.
So this situation is different because they are obviously a lot more invested.
Married and kids.
But my suggestion would be to just leave him. Like start doing things without him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, like if you want to travel and if you want to go places, leave him.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Leave him. So I met someone recently. She was older and she was telling me her story with she and her husband, and they she wanted to get a divorce. And so instead of getting a divorce, she just started to do everything she wanted to do. So he didn't want to go anywhere. He didn't want to do anything. So she started traveling like crazy. I'm talking about every month she was out of town. Like,
that's fine.
She was out doing her thing, living her life because she had older kids. I think her kids was in like high school. And so it was like a year had passed and he was like, okay, enough. Like,
I'm coming with you.
I'll come with you. He was like, but can you please like not leave us like as much as you did this past year? Because basically he wasn't helping around the house and she was holding the responsibility of the kids and everything. So she was like, you know what? I'm going to make you feel how I've been feeling all these years. You deal with the kids. I'm finna go live my life. And so that's what she did. And he was like,
Stella out here is slow. What's up?
I see your point now. Can we, not do this year? And so she was like, yeah, but the minute it goes back to the way things were, then I'm out. This time for good. So I'm not saying you got to be as extreme as that, but if you're wanting to go out
I agree.
and travel, the thing is, when you're in a marriage, you still have to be an individual.
You do. We
And
say it all the
his
time.
individual person obviously doesn't like to travel, but you do. So don't let it hinder you from going
Go out and
anywhere. You just
kick
don't
it.
have to leave them. And go out, even if you want to travel with your kids, travel with your kids. If he don't want to go, then that's on him. It's eventually going to come down to a point where y'all are going to have to discuss it. But while you're still in it, I wouldn't let him take away time, from things that you really enjoy and that you like to do.
One thing for sure, two things for certain. You cannot let anybody be a killjoy in your life. If you know you are a person that wants to be out doing things, living life, not taking every day for granted, do it. You can't let this man sit around and drag you down in his sorrow. Go out there and you have a good time. But for that man, you gotta go, you gotta get up. You have to. You can't be that lazy. It has to be something. You gotta get some energy. You gotta be willing to kick it with your people. You married her. So it was something about her in the beginning that made her exciting, that made your blood boil. You have to restore the feeling. There it is. And that's my advice. Are you ready? You got something to say?
Mm-mm. That was it. I just tagged on yours. I gave better advice than you did.
You did, because of my mouth.
He's out over here choking, nose running, coughing. Time to put a bow on it.
Listen, we're doing this at night right now. And at night, I lose my voice. In the daytime, I'm 100% fine. But I don't know what happened to me. And it happens this time every year. Go back and listen to some
He doesn't want to do any
pod.
of my natural remedies. He don't want no steam pots. He don't want none of that. He just wants to cough.
And then she gonna have the nerve
For
to
weeks
ask.
on end.
And then she gonna have the nerve to ask me, I'm trying to be all in your skin. Why you don't want me in your skin? And I told her straight up, I don't want to hear anybody telling me I got them sick as soon as they say,
That's true.
my throat is a little itchy.
He always gets me. He starts off with the sickness, and he always ends up getting me sick. So that is.
Yeah, she be sick as a dog. See, I'm not sick. I just lose my voice. But my girl, sick as a dog. So we go ahead and end this thing. But I do want to say one more thing. Say Ah is a classic. India, tell the people they can find you.
Find me in Pilates. If you want to follow my Pilates page, work in Pilates. Other than that, you're going to have to reach me through Barrett.
I'm not anybody receptionist. Don't nobody reach through me. You can find me at Big Love 1911 on all social platforms. Please be sure to follow She and I Podcast, YouTube, She and I Podcast. The vibes are there. In the meantime, in between time, like we always do, it's been real. It's been fun. I out.